Okay, the removal of the residue here of the sticky film, I'm doing this on top of my counter here in my near my sink, and I'm doing this on top of this counter because this counter is flat, and I am putting a little bit of pressure here to remove some of these minor. You can see these minor residue that is left from the film. So I am using just a napkin here, and just using the whatever DW40 or Goopy gun liquid is left on the glass. I'm just using that to go over these areas here, and I'm not using any more here because I don't want to waste, and I don't want this to get really oily here because I'm about to, once this is done, I'm about to rinse it with dish detergent and water, and then I'm going to clean that with glass cleaner, and then I'm going to use alcohol just to remove any oily residue that might be on this side of the glass here. This is indeed glass. It's a very thin glass, so be very careful working with this glass because it can cut you if you run your fingers around the edges here. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, I did mark the back side, the one without the film, with this piece of tape so that I have a reference, and I put the film exactly where it was before. If you just pay attention to those details and just be very careful. As I said, work slowly. Get your mindset of the no room for error. This is something that I practice myself every time I use tools, every time I work on things. There's no room for error. When you train your mind to have that mindset, no room for error, you're not going to have an issue with that. But if your mind kind of lingers from that mentality, and you lose focus, you're probably going to make a mistake, and you're probably going to get hurt sometimes in that process. So be careful here. Oh wow, look at this. Got a little white spot here from working with those chemicals. Interesting. So bear in mind, these small but important details, and just this technique that I'm using here. It's all common sense, but if you have that mindset of no room for error, you will be just fine. Just wanted to add this to the video. It's better to have more information than little information on these things, and that's why I keep doing these videos in segments. This probably would have been a longer video, but I have to do this in segments because I'm moving from place to place, and then I'm doing these things in stages. So this is this would be, I would say, the proper removal and cleanup of this glass here so that you can reattach the polarizing film. Mario, once again, stay tuned for more.